can you walk us through a breeding project from start to finish where the main goal was to change that cannabinoid profile while maintaining flavor?
Yeah. It's pretty simple from my point of view, man. It usually always starts with a T1 strain that really has my interest. And most of the time, it's because it has a really high level of aroma or flavor, or it's just known for that super high level consumer experience. So that will get my attention. Or it could be something like the sentimental value over its lineage and legacy status. Sometimes I'll go after those as well. But whichever way, it starts with a T1, clone or seed, and then I will take my type 3 CBD dominant profile, whatever I consider to be best at the time, whatever I have that I consider to be the utmost quality, I'll reverse that, and then I'll use that pollen and I'll hit it all over that T1, clone or seed. And then those resulting seeds are usually one-to-ones, equal part CBD and THC. And so I'll go in there and I'll plant those. And again, I'll make my selections. And when I make my selections, I'm looking for personally whatever is mimicking that original T1 profile the most, because that's what I'm trying to get to transfer over. So I'll make those selections again, and I'll hit it with that same type 3 pollen. If the only time I'll switch that up is if I have found another CBD dominant cultivar that I find to be better in that time period. Most of the time I'm hitting it with the same one, but if I make a breakthrough in the CBD space, I'll switch up the pollen donor and I'll hit it to that type 2 chemo type. If I find the expressions to be complementary, because, I have to keep in mind that when I'm looking for that T1 expression to carry over, I don't want to hit it with something that's going to conflict with it too much. And so again, I'll take those seeds, I'll plant them, and then that's when you are going to see your first T3 chemotypes start to pop up. They're going to be rare, and most of them are going to be type 2s still that are CBD dominant, but have too much THC in them for people like myself or to be compliant. And but there will be very few CBD varieties with very low THC, under 1%, 0.7, 0.5 or whatnot. And then, I'll again make my selections based off of chemotype and that aroma flavor retention, and I'll repeat the process. And then by that time, we're kind of into the stable chemotypes, where I'm seeing consistent type 3 show up. And then from there, it's all about making selections that, again, are true to that T1 expression and further stabilizing the line.
Understood. Now we have a lot of folks here that are new or beginner to intermediate, and they might not know what type 1 versus type 2 versus type 3 is. Can you break it down for us?
Yeah, so type 1, is just your traditional plant, everything that you and the boys focus on. It's going to be THC dominant with maybe a mixed variety of other cannabinoids, but again, mostly THC. Type 2 is going to be most of the time what you would call your one-to-ones, equal parts THC, equal parts CBD. And then your type 3 is going to be your CBD dominant plants, and type 3, to me, the type 3s I'm looking for are not only CBD dominant, but they have extremely low levels of THC. Like I said, often under 1% total THC.
This clip is brought to you by Vivo Sun. Use discount code MrGrow15 to save on any of their gardening products. Go to the full episode by clicking the outro card here, or click the link in the description section below. Catch you in the next video.